Want to hear some of the answers to the top questions that you guys ask us on a daily basis about moving to Jacksonville? We're going to talk about it in this video right now. Let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Dr. Adrian, Gentry, aka Dr. Real Estate Jax. For those who've been here before, you know what I'm going to say. Get up, get your own water. You're family now. For those, this is the first time, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification as we try to put out all things Jax: where to eat, where to live, where to play. And for those who do not know me, I am a real estate agent in Northeast Florida area, here to serve you guys. So whether you're relocating, ETSing, PCSing, trying to get away from the cold up north or the expensive west, we are here to serve you. I'm going to put my number somewhere in here. Don't know where it goes when they edit the video, but somewhere in here. Give us a call. We pick up the phones, we answer the text messages, we answer the emails. So we're going to jump into this video, right? So every day we're doing buyer consultations, sellers consultations, and people that are moving to Jacksonville are always asking us certain questions. So we're going to go over those questions today. We're going to kind of talk about some of the things like safety, some of the things like school, some of the things like where do you get your bang for your buck in the city of Jacksonville. So I'm going to show you around a little bit, and then we're going to get right into it. So you got to see it just a little bit. So I'm going to jump into this video, but I want to start off by talking about Jax just a little bit, right? So one thing you have to know about Jacksonville, we're the largest city in the country, right? So a lot of the questions that you guys ask, they almost need to be tailored down sometimes, because you're asking, okay, what's the square footage, average square footage in the city? And it's like, wait a minute. We have so much land mass, which on one side of town may not be the average square footage on the other side of town. And so a lot of the questions that we do receive, it's like, please schedule a buyer's consultation so we can talk about it before you ask the question, before I can really give you an answer. So some of the answers may be vague and you're like, that didn't answer anything, because the city is too large and there's too many variables for us to ask each question specifically when you're on YouTube, right? With 1, 2, 3 sentences, we can't get to all of them. So what I want to do is I want to start off with the questions that you guys ask regularly, and some of them may be ones we've mentioned before, but someone needs to hear them. So we're going to start with number one. Where do you get the best bang for your buck? All right. So we're getting calls about new construction homes. I'm always going to tell people you're going to get the best bang for your buck either on the west side, kind of factoring in Clay County area, or you're going to see it on the north side over in the Yellow Bluff area, closer to the airports, 32218, 32219, 32226. Yeah, it's a lot of twos. Got kind of confused right there. So what I started to do is I started looking at one particular builder. I'm not going to mention the name, but I looked at one of their models, and I took that home and I looked at it on the west side first. That meaning crossing the Buckman Bridge. This model was 2,640 square feet. It was a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. Depending on lot sizes and finishes, we were looking at a price range between $385,000 up to $400,000. Now, if I took that same model and I moved it over to Southside, right, closer to the beach, I would possibly be looking at that model ranging from anywhere from about $459,000 to $479,000. Now, we go to St. Johns County, you could probably add another $70,000, $80,000 onto that property. But a lot of people are asking, where do I get the best bang for your buck? And many times I'm looking for the pockets. Where can we find this property where you can get the largest house? Because a lot of people that we're talking to are kind of downsizing. So if you're coming from up north where you had a basement, you're used to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 square feet with the basement included, completely finished. And so we're seeing a lot of people asking for larger homes. So they're saying 2,500 square feet. We want 4 or 5 bedrooms inside of that. And some are saying they want to spend $350. That's a hard one. That's definitely a hard one. But if you're looking for the best bang for your buck, you're going to look in those area codes I talked about before: 32218, 32219, 32226. Because those are the area codes you're generally going to find more money bang for your buck. If we're looking at 32244, 32222, and also stepping into the Oakleaf area, that's where you're going to find the best bang for your buck. But if you're looking for something, hey, you want some information, like I said before, just set up a buyer's consultation. We'll make it happen. We'll kind of educate you on the process and where you can find these properties. Number 2, how many reptiles do you guys really have, right? Now, yes, check this out real quick. Jacksonville has critters, and I've talked about this in several videos, and it isn't what you believe, right? The reptiles that we have, first we want to start with the lizards. You're going to see lizards. It's just going to happen. They're going to be the red ones, they're going to be black ones, they're going to be green ones, you're going to see geckos, you're going to see this weird color one that has like a silvery, shiny back. That one freaks me out. Why? Because it just looks disgusting to me. You're going to have snakes. Majority of the snakes that I've seen down here have been black snakes, right? So they move real fast, they eat the rats, but they don't really bother us. They're trying to get away from us. And everybody always says this, they're more scared of you than you are them. It's a freaking lie, right? Because if a black snake pops up beside me, I'm screaming, ah, like a little girl. But anyway, we do have reptiles. So we do have alligators. Of course they're here, guys, but they're not like TikTok videos when they're knocking on your door trying to get a sandwich. That's not something that really happens. I've lived in Jacksonville now for 12 years. I see alligators where alligators are supposed to be. Now, have I seen them in some of the new construction ponds? Yes. But let's address this. At 4 feet, they're not trying to attack you, right? They're not trying to attack your pets and things of that nature. Once they get a certain size, every HOA comes and removes them out. And I'm not talking about an abundance of alligators in the ponds behind your house, the fakes. Not a lake, they made it, it's man-made, it's a fake. So I'm not talking about huge alligators back there and an abundance of alligators back there, but we do have reptiles. It's a part of living in Florida, but we're not talking about reptiles like you'll find in South Florida. We're not talking about reptiles like you'll find in Central Florida. We're not talking about reptiles like you'll find in West or East Florida, down south. We don't have them in abundance like that, but there are reptiles here. Number 3, hurricanes. All right, so I've touched on this one before, right? In many a video, but it's still one of the top questions that we receive. Because where we're situated in Jacksonville, many times when hurricanes come up through, they kind of pass us, and by the time they get to us, they turn into tropical storms, and they weaken down substantially. We don't get hit like, let's say, Miami, don't get hit like, Tampa did this year. It was horrific. So there will be quite a bit of rain, there will be quite a bit of wind, but we don't typically get the full impact of a hurricane. This hasn't been anything major. Will there be? I don't know, my God. But I can tell you history says that we don't get a lot of the rain, the storm, the wind that majority of places get up here in the north. Now, will I need flood insurance? That's kind of number 2 question to the same thing. And what I like to say is this: your mortgage lender is going to require flood insurance if you're in a hurricane prone zone, right? Your mortgage lender may also require hurricane insurance if you're in an area that is hit heavy with storms. I can tell you this, 90% of our customers that we've relocated to Jacksonville have not needed flood insurance, just based off the fact that we don't have the type of damage that you would find in another area of Florida. And number 4, sorry guys, I had to move real quick. It started to rain over there. Number 4 is, where's the best school districts? Now, this is a little bit harder to answer for most people. So I'm going to break it down like this, one by county, and then we're going to talk about the dynamics of the Duval public school system. So number 1, if we're looking at niche.com, the number 1 school district in the Northeast Florida area is, of course, going to be St. Johns County with an A+ rating. Now, the second one, it's going to be Clay County with an overall rating of an A-. If we're looking at the third, it's going to be Nassau County with it also an A. But number 4th on this list will be Duval County. At number 4, it has a B- rating. Now, let me help you out. I've said it at the beginning of the video. We are the largest landmass in the country. So when I'm looking at how many schools we have, 204. When I'm looking at 25 of them are nationally ranked. When I'm looking at 128,000 students in one school district, it's a bit harder to kind of answer those questions. So I always tell people, go to greatschools.org to kind of figure out where you want to be, what kind of schools are there. I also tell people on every video that I talk about schools, we have school of choice in Florida, which means if you have a school that is high ranking, right, and it's inside of your district, meaning Duval County's district, and you can get your children there. You can choose that school. Jacksonville, being as large as it is hard to narrow down. Now, when I'm looking at Clay County, I can pretty much say overall they have great schools. Even St. John's with an A rating, they still have some schools that are working, that are working to get better, but it's too large of a city just to narrow it down to the best schools sometimes. We don't know all 204 schools. I'm pretty good at this, right? And I study these neighborhoods, and I can kind of tell you most of the times where you can find a great school district, but knowing each neighborhood by school will be completely hard for us to do, and this is a partnership, remember that. So we need you guys to, hey, go on greatschools.org, check out some of the schools. We can pull houses by school district, but we can't give you a definite answer to where the best schools. And sometimes this, let me help you out. Based off of what you want and what you're spending for a property, we may have to move counties because it may not have a school district that is great in that price range. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at moving to Jacksonville, Florida. Greatschools.org, that you have school of choice, and you guys can kind of pick the school that you kind of want to be in for your children, and price range. A lot of things fit into this category when we talk about school districts. Number 5, where can I find a house with a large lot size? All right. Whew. This one's going to be interesting. So when I'm on a buyer's consultation, we're getting a lot of people saying, hey, we want a quarter-acre lot. We want to be, a half-an-acre lot. We want to be on a corner unit. We want new construction. Let me help you out. That one's kind of hard, right? The way new construction homes are being built right now, you're not getting the lot sizes you used to. So many of the homes are going on 40 and 50-foot frontages. I'm going to try to show you a picture right here so you can kind of give an idea what that looks like. Now, many of the neighborhoods, you're going to pay. If you're looking to get a larger lot size, just like eggs are going up at $7, so is land, right? So you're getting a lot less for your money when it comes to lot sizes. In case you're getting lucky inside of that neighborhood and you're getting a lot that's kind of pie size, or it's just an odd shaped lot, you may get a larger size lot. Many times when you're looking at new constructions, they're making you pay for the lot. One of the neighborhoods we were in recently was anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 for the lot, depending on what they wanted. Now, I was in a luxury neighborhood. They had 70-foot lot sizes, 70-foot frontages, meaning 70-foot across the front, and then majority of them are going to be 100, 120 deep. When you're looking for lot size, you're going to have to look at pre-existing homes. You're going to have to look in neighborhoods where you're going to have to spend to get that extra land. We don't typically have quarter-acre lots. We don't typically have half-acre lots. In Jacksonville, you're getting 40 to 50-foot frontages, which are average. When you're looking at 60 and 70, oh my God, pressure, but you're spending in a lot of those neighborhoods. So if you're looking for land, you might look at pre-existing homes. And number 6, where are the safest areas in Jacksonville? Okay, this is probably the number 1 question that we're going to get from everyone. Where's the safest place to live? And I'm going to help you out real quick. As a realtor, any realtor cannot tell you this. Why? It's completely illegal and we can lose our license. It's called steering. But I'm a rebel, so I'm going to tell you anyway. Stay away from man, I ain't telling you all that. You thought I was going to lose my license so you can figure that out? Let me help you out real quick. Go on to streetwise.com, plug in your information for any house that you're interested in, and find out what neighborhoods are safe based off of the location that you have chosen or interested in. I can't help you with that, guys. And I tell people this right here. Safety is all relative. Me, personally, I've never felt unsafe in Jacksonville, right? And I go into some of the worst neighborhoods. Don't feel unsafe. But once again, it's relative. If you're a single mother with 2 children, your safety needs are going to be different than mine. I live in a neighborhood right now. I literally left town, left my door wide open, and came home with nothing missing. I tell people all the time, crime is going to happen where crime happens, right? If you're not in those neighborhoods, you may not see that crime, right? Even in $1 million neighborhoods that we walk on a regular basis, there are police calls out there. There may be simple break-ins to cars, kids trying to get in and get change, whatever they're trying to do. I don't know what they're doing, but there's crime everywhere. We are not Gotham City. We do not have bat signals. It is not happening like you're going to see it on the news. The same way we talked about gators walking up the doors. that's one or two videos that are being passed around and everybody's looking at them. All of a sudden, oh my God, there are gonna be gators everywhere. It's kind of the same thing with the news, right? If you're not involved in crime, you're probably going to be pretty safe. I haven't seen any carjackings in Jacksonville. I haven't seen any helicopters with high-speed chases going down the road in Bay Meadows. I have not seen it, right? So safety is relative to how you feel. I don't feel unsafe when I'm in Jacksonville. If you're part of the crime element, you may not feel safe, but generally, I love Jacksonville, and I tell people that all the time, right? Safety is relative. I can't tell you legally as a realtor what's safe and what's not safe. That's something that you have to research for yourself, but that's it. That's all I can give you guys. So that's the end of this video. If you're looking at moving to Jacksonville, Florida, if you have any questions, I want you to do me a favor. Put them in the comments. We'll answer those questions for you. Remember, some of these questions are tailored. You can't ask me what's the average building price, sales price of a home in Jacksonville. I can give you a number, but that's not going to give you the full picture of Jacksonville, Florida. They may give you the picture of one side of town. That's not giving you the full picture of what amenities will you have, what type of upgrades will you do in that property. It all varies because we're so large as a city, but we want to answer your questions. Put them in the comments every time you're watching a video, and we'll try to get to them. But if you're looking to relocate, I'm gonna put my number in here one more time. Here we go. It's in here. Give us a call. We'll pick up the phones. We'll answer the text messages. We'll answer the emails. But that's all I have for you this time. So be great and choose excellence at everything.